the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingveld Sprints, Mosa SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, SimJack Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Ricmotech, high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, Ricmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, ricmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it.
Good morning, happy Friday. Welcome to the Pit Stop, where we are here to hang out with our good friends, drink some coffee, and talk about sim racing. I'm Shaun Cole, and that is my good buddy, Amir Assad. Amir, how are you today?
I'm
am good, man. I think it's like a broken record. It's Friday, dude. I grind Monday through, till like Friday afternoon. Now my weekend has started, but dude, I'm happy, man. You know, I got a job, I got a roof over my head, I can sim race, I can go out and have fun.
Nice.
Weather
Good,
is
good, good.
weather is gorgeous, right? Like
Yeah.
there's nothing to complain about, man. Life is good. I've learned a long time ago, because believe it or not, when I was younger, I used to have anger issues, and I ended up, because I was in the military, I was referred to go to see a therapist, and it helped me through some stuff, and kind of realizing like, why do we get upset at things that are out of our control that we can't fix? Like, why do we hold on to that stuff? And I just realized, like, if something happens that I can't control, you just got to deal with it and move on with your life, and just kind of focus on the good things that are in life. Now, if it's something that you can fix, fix it.
Right.
Take the time, take the effort, fix it. But like, if it's not out of your control, then there's no point in worrying about it. Like, just get your quick anger out of the way and just forget about it and move on with your life.
That's the purpose of rants for me.
Honestly, exactly.
I do a rant, and that's me letting it go real quickly. And it sounds severe and it sounds aggressive and all that, but for me, it really is how I get it all out here. I got to turn this. I have a group chat. I'm sure that's I have a feeling I know what that's about if I had to guess. But and what you just described, by the way, is the Serenity Prayer. And my dad was AA. He recovered alcoholic, and but I got one of his chips and it had the prayer on it, right? And I was like, it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing. Those are such wise words that just apply to so many things, because so much of it is beyond our control. And to get too hung up on that, I mean, within reason. I mean, I could also cite that, right now, like, economics is beyond my control, so why argue or be upset? And it's like, well, because it's crushing me. So I don't know. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's a good way to start things. Why are YouTubers trying to pump Rennsport? I'm going to make an accusation, and I could be totally unfounded on it. Money. They're probably being paid to do it. That's the world we live in. What are we doing? This is the world we live in. Anyway, that's why. That's why so many are doing it. Because as you see, you don't see the numbers to justify that amount of effort on a YouTuber's, world. I mean, our time is our money, right? Like, the work we put into videos, into content, is a tremendous amount of effort. And so, if they're doing that for zero audience, then chances are someone's funding it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So,
no,
I wouldn't know what day it is, by the way. You said it's Friday.
No?
The only reason I know what day it is because it's the day to do the pit stop. But, like, I've been on a vacation, so I'm, like, completely, like, every day feels like Sunday all of a sudden. I just keep repeating Sundays, little Groundhog Day action going on. I've had a phenomenal week. I'm not going to go on and on.
I was about to ask you, man.
Oh,
yesterday was your birthday. You were on. You did your motorbike ride. You took some pictures of some very giant trees.
Saw some of the biggest trees on Earth.
Yeah, tell us. Yeah,
Damn,
if you want, man. Tell us how was your vacation?
This phone away. I have had the best week ever. Yeah, my brother did, and I just did a 4-day, 800-mile motorcycle trip on. There are maps for, like, people on motorcycles, Rever and, Calimoto, and a bunch of maps that are, like, made for motorcycle riders. And if you look up our region, it is just surrounded by these epic known motorcycle roads. Like, nationally, Matoli Road is a very, very famous mountain motorcycle road. Anyway, our entire trip for 4 days was basically nothing but these roads. 800 miles of just some of the best scenery, some of the best windy mountain canyon runs that you can possibly do. And we went from hotel room to hotel room to hotel room, which meant hot shower, hot food every day, no camping, no roughing it for the time. So it was really awesome trip. We had so much fun. We saw so much cool stuff, and just had a great ride. And that got me all the way home to Wednesday, and then the very next day was my birthday. So I woke up yesterday. I got to tell you, I had a fantastic birthday. Number one, so many people wishing me a happy birthday in our Discord, on my Facebook page, the phone, my text messages. I was lit up all yesterday with people wishing me the best, and that just made me feel so good. Beyond that, I knew I had a bunch of work I needed to get back to. I had some emails I had to get back to. So even though it was my birthday and maybe you would take the day off, no, I had a bunch of work I had to do. And then that led into Rally Thursday, which I was like, awesome, I can't wait. I haven't been in my rig for a while. Let's do some rally racing. I had a great rally. And then my brother and I went and got some breakfast burritos, which I'd been craving one, and took them to the disc golf course nearby us. We played 18 holes of disc golf. I came home, ate a little bit of ice cream, took a big fat birthday nap because I'd been on vacation for 4 days, played disc golf the very next day. And then we got up, played some of our arcade games, so some Centipede, some Joust, some pinball, 3D, pinball. And then we went to a different casino than we went to for my brother's birthday, got my surf and turf in, and then we both had $100 to play some slot machines. And my brother wins this time, so my brother goes 300 up, cashes out. I actually had 100, and I went down, and then I went up, and then I went down, and then I went up, and then I cashed out $20 up. So we played slot machines for like an hour and walked out $320 richer. So even after dinner, we were still sitting pretty. So smoked a fat blunt. Isn't blunt the one that is like a combo of tobacco and someone help me and don't take just say I don't know the rules on this thing, so please don't put any bad words in my chat, but no, that would not be my style if I were to do those sort of things, all right, good mornings. What about you? Any other thoughts? So that was my birthday, and then came home from dinner and had some more ice cream, and then I didn't sleep very well because I actually had work anxiety. It's hard for me to take 5 days off without starting to get anxiety, and I have a couple embargoes, and so anyway, back to work, but I don't know. As you can probably hear, I'm in a pretty good mood.
Other than that, man, I spent most of the week trying to get Forza Horizon 6 to work, but I'll save that for later when we get into Forza. I'll go off on my rant there. That's really it, man. My week was super boring compared to yours. Really, I wake up, go to work, come home, and try to get Forza working. That was about it.
Forza. We'll come back to that.
We'll get into it.
Yep. A couple we mentioned R.I.P. Kyle Busch. Wow. Wait. Alex Zanardi. Greg Biffle. Was it Kyle Busch or Kurt Busch? It was Kyle Busch. Sorry.
Kyle Busch.
Busch. I'm sorry. I was tripping. Those are three. I'm sure there are more but a tough period of time for racing world, and this one really weird. I mean, so young. I'm 41 years old, I believe, and just wow. But I'm not going to dwell on that because it's all over Facebook. I'm sure we've all been inundated by plenty, but tough year for the racing world, though. I mean, for sure. Yeah. Good morning, Andrew White. Good morning to you, Callum. Good morning to you, Skeet. Skeet. How you doing, buddy? Amir's here, obviously. Hi. Tom Jones in the house. Good morning, and Tom, thank you for the donation. Birthday donation. About Cab, good morning to you as well. Shaun Seabrand, Pro Sim Racing, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for hanging out with us this glorious Friday. Alesh Mom is here hanging out as well. John Bailagron is here. Good morning. Christian and Janera are here. Good morning. Did you get your cookies? David S. is here. Good morning. David asks, Amir, did you get Memorial Holiday outside of the country?
I do.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I work for the American government,
Okay.
so I get I get the American holidays off.
Yeah,
Yep,
in
it's like a nice
Canada,
3-day weekend.
it's Victoria Day. That was last week.
Yep.
Alan Victor, good morning to you. If you haven't said hello, please do. So when I get to you, I can say good morning and welcome you to the pit stop, hanging out with us, drinking coffee, hanging out with our good friends, and just talking what's going on in sim racing, which there are a few things to talk about. Better either drink or talk. Don't do both, Shaun. That doesn't work out well. Karaoke, blokey, good morning. I think I said that already, but good morning. I don't want to miss anybody. And, oh, wait. Oh, my thing scrolled funny. Sometimes.
Uh-oh.
Tony Morano, good morning. David, Payne in the house, good morning. Caitlin's here. David asks, I think I said good morning, but just making sure. And did I get everybody? Did I actually get everybody?
I think you got everybody.
Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Be sure to hit that like, thumbs up, whatever. Subscribe if you have. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the show. Do everything you can. Share it on Facebook. Let people know what we're doing over here at the Simpit. All right. I guess I'm going to hand it over to you, Amir. Simpit production this week. Video content.
Yeah.
You got us covered with this. This AI racing coach exposed my driving. Trophy AI review, and then there across the title it says AI exposed my bad habits. I have used Trophy AI, so I do know what you're talking about, and it is really embarrassing because it gives you a grade like you're a school kid.
It does.
And you can fail. I think of myself as a very good, very fast race car driver. Not perfect, but good. Very good even. Not great. Very good. And I was getting F grades in several spots on tracks when I was using. Anyway, tell us about it.
Yeah, just to answer about Cab's question, they are working on other sims. I asked them about when they're gonna have like other ones available, like AC Evo and stuff. I didn't get it. It's like we're working on it. It's just they're trying to do some other things first, but hopefully it'll come out soon. They didn't really give me any timelines and deadlines. No, like I've been using Trophy for I would say like a better part of 7 months now, and been trying it, trying to learn it, trying to figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, so I think the biggest thing that people know about Trophy AI is the AI coach that talks to you while you're driving, letting you know is like, hey, you need to brake 60%, 20 meters later, 20 meters earlier, things like that. But it's so much more in depth than that. Like when I started really diving into it, like you can sit there and, because it's a community app, so people can upload their laps, and you can compare your lap times, you compare your telemetry with them to see where you're falling behind. Like it teaches you how to read telemetry, like how you do when you do your braking, when you do your throttle. And then like you were saying, like once you're done with your session, it'll give you like a lap analyzer. And it tells you like, hey, you are getting on your throttle and brake at the same time, which is a no-go. Like, no, you're not supposed to do that. And it tells you exactly where in the lap that happens, and it gives you ways to fix those bad habits. So like, I thought I'm a decent driver. I'm okay. Like I'm not the quickest, but I'm not slow either. And, sitting there going through driving and everything like that, because I'm usually within a second of the top split guys, usually for the most part.
But then like I saw your percent.
Yeah, but then I started seeing like my grade. Yeah, it was giving me grades like when I when I get on the throttle, how quick I get on the throttle, how quick I get off. How do I do my threshold braking? How do I do my trail braking? Is my trail braking smooth? Is it not smooth? Am I doing too much, too less? And like it was just mind blowing to see like the things that I was doing good at, and then the things that I thought I was doing good at, but like I was terrible, was giving me an F. And it was teaching me, it would teach you like, hey, here are things that you can do to improve these skills that you essentially suck at, which was really cool because, like you can sit there, you can do hot lapping as much as you want. You could sit there and, take somebody's ghost lap and try to chase him down as much as you can. But it doesn't fix the fundamental skills of sim racers that are out there. And this is what I really liked about Trophy AI is like it identifies where your faults are, to make sure you can get at your core skills and improve them, which I haven't seen anywhere else, like except where if you can go out, if you want to go and get a coaching session from someone,
Right.
which you're going to be spending 60, 70, $80 for just an hour of a one-on-one. Here you just pay a monthly sub. I think their most expensive one is like $14 a month. But you can do as many laps as you want, and then afterwards, the coach tells you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to fix those things.
Yeah.
So that's what I really liked about it. Like I noticed, especially during this league, I started using it a little bit more, and I spend way less time practicing now than I was before. Like I would practice Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, just to get to where, I'm on par with, with the mid to top guys.
Yeah.
But now I just practice on Thursday for like an hour or two, and I'm already there. So, I think if I use it more, get acclimated to it more, like I could probably take I did like 9 laps. So that was my target. I did 10 laps. I'm sorry, not 9, 10 laps at Imola doing without Trophy AI, and then I did 10 laps using Trophy AI. And after I was done, I took almost a full second off my lap time just by fixing those bad habits that I
being
had.
aware of where you're making mistakes repeatedly.
Yep.
That report in particular, which is really fun to go through, even though it's really can be hard hitting. It's really similar, more so when you're a rookie level racer working with a real team. And it goes all the way to the top, but I would imagine like drivers like Lewis Hamilton are like, just tell me where I'm slower than that guy, right?
Yeah, you've got an engineer in your ear.
Yeah, but Max Verstappen probably like reads every digit of the whole thing, right, to this day, because he's that kind of technical type driver. But this is the debrief a real driver gets, where they go out and do whatever their, determined practice session is, and they're going to come in and they're going to look at the data and they're going to look at the consistency of him as a driver. They're going to look at where the car might not be, they're going to compare notes, like when if they're like, you're braking like this and this is wrong, the driver feedback might be, well, because the car's doing this. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's a setup adjustment that needs to be made, or maybe it's just an observation by the driver. But it's that classic debrief that whether it's real life coaching or sim racing coaching is critical as your on track time. The observation and analyzation is where huge gains are made. Because if you just keep driving, we drivers get into this like consistency. That's our job, right? We find our line and we make our marks and we run consistent. So if you have a flaw, you're going to consistently keep doing that flaw.
Right.
So
no, and I think like the biggest thing, like, and I'm super guilty of it. And I think probably 90% of sim racers out there are guilty of it. Is like we think that if we can go faster and brake as late as we can, we're gonna go faster and have a better lap time.
Right.
But the opposite. But the truth is the exact opposite. You want to actually go slower in a way, brake earlier but less, in order to get a quicker. Especially like in GT3s, like especially this is what I'm talking like in the realm of GT3s. Like you can't actually like smash your brake, throttle, smash brake, throttle. Like you're gonna kill your lap time.
Sure.
And this is where like it was really humbling to see like, oh man, I really do suck at a lot of this, a lot of these core skills, because it gives you core skills and then your track skills, like for that specific track. And I'm like, oh man, like my, how I was doing, getting on the brake and throttle at the same time. Like I didn't realize I was actually doing that. Right. So I'm like, all right, now I've got to disconnect myself. Like, all right, make sure when I get off the throttle, all right, once I'm off of it, now I can get on the brake. So now like, I have to get off the throttle maybe 20 meters earlier than I thought, and then get on the brake. And then I swear I noticed like, all right, I'm actually able to control the weight of the car a lot better, because now I'm not giving the car 2 different inputs and the weight is freaking around, the weight is moving around and shifting. No, I know like I'm able to keep everything in control a lot better. So yeah, it was eye-opening. It was really eye-opening to see where I'm making all my mistakes, not necessarily spinning out, but like making the mistakes by driving the car.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, even other parts like braking too late and too hard. It's not that you didn't get the braking done. Sure, you're a masterful. We're all skilled drivers, right? I broke super late and I broke super hard and I made that apex. And that might be very factual, but you also were probably running more on the front wheels than the rear wheel. Obviously, you're always, but it's also about balance of the car. The car is going to get better grip mid corner when it's on four wheels or as much on all four wheels instead of standing on its toes or on its front wheels only. So even little things like that get corrected, and all of a sudden you find with less braking effort that you're holding 10 miles an hour more through corner speed. And it's fantastic. And this is the beginning, AI in general, this is the beginning. And it's like, we're not there far from combining a bunch of the tools that we already have, like maybe a crew chief. But it's like, I envision the day where it starts getting really interactive with your crew chief like it is in real life, where you're on the radio, right? It's 2026. And you're like, look, on turn 3, I just can't get any front wheel bite. Right? And you're telling crew chief, I can't get front end bite on turn 3. And then you could literally have a conversation. And it's like, well, we can do this, but the downside is we're going to sacrifice this. Right? And because that's everything about a car setup. But it's like this someday is going to really be a super combined tool. And much more interactive in that respect. And, even, gosh, can you imagine just being able to be on the radio and you make that conversation, you're like, all right, make it so. And then you come down pit lane and all those changes are made. I mean, sure, you can hit escape and do it, but it's like, we could get to the point where you're really playing like a real race weekend. You want to make an error, cool. You know what, come back in, we'll jump over the wall, make those changes real quick, send you right back out. And not lose too much time in our practice session. So those days are coming.
I mean, dude, and and I've been kind of doing trial and error with it, but I've also been using ChatGPT to help me with fixing up my setups up, and
Brilliant.
I'll tell it, dude, and it works actually really good. So like when we were doing the race at our last race where we were at Suzuka. I'm using one of those setups that through Trophy AI, because they're partnered up with Grid and Go. So I use one of their setups, but I noticed the setup is great throughout the whole entire track, except for the S's. Going from T1 going all through T4, T5. The Suzuka S's. The car was understeering, and it was really understeering more towards mid corner. So I took my setup, I gave ChatGPT the parameters, like, hey, here's my setup, here's a setup of my camber, my toe, my ARB, my brake bias, and I'm noticing I'm getting mid-corner understeer where the car just wants to keep on pushing. And it came back to me and says, all right, here are the changes that I recommend. So it told me to soften my front ARB, move my brake bias up by like 3 clicks and then stiffen up the rear ARB. And dude, I went out there and tried it. And it gave me the exact values of what to do too. And like, holy crap, I am so much quicker through the S's now. Like, this was actually really cool. Just seeing, like, using just normal ChatGPT.
Very cool. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's just the very, very beginning. A couple other, Robert D'Angelo, good morning to you. Thank you for joining the show. And Dagno jumped in. What's the context they're talking about here? Oh, we're talking about AI coaching in general. Trophy AI in particular, but AI coaching across the board. Joe Rogan experience, everyone, the Joe Rogan racing line. So just I've installed a lot of sims in a lot of wealthy people's homes. And it's amazing how many of, the percentage of them that are used, get used, and one that are a novelty piece that then just collects dust afterward. And it does happen quite a bit because it's wealthy people buying high-tech fun gear, right? High-end motion sims and whatnot. How many of you think Joe Rogan races his sim still? And how many of you think it's collecting dust or just getting used by staff or whatever who have access to it? Yeah, I have a notion that his isn't being used a whole lot. But, you know, but who knows? We're also in like the Cletus McFarland era, so maybe I'm wrong. So, all right, yeah, Trophy AI, really interesting, and it's helped.
You see all the Fs I have on my screen.
Ouch! Yep, brutal. It's brutal.
Right. Yep.
It is not you know. That's the funny. Anybody who uses ChatGPT and knows how it just kisses your ass all the time. Yeah. Trophy AI is not one of those kind of AIs.
Nope.
This thing is not built to make you feel good. Yeah,
nope.
It's quite the opposite.
I even talked to the guy, one of the guy that's the head developer. The guy I've been talking throughout this whole thing. Like I told him, and the funny thing, his name is Daniel. He was. Well, I met him last year at the Chicago Expo, and that's how we started chatting and everything like that. And then we talked again some more at the Sim Expo in Dortmund. And I realized, you know, I did a couple of classes through Driver 61, and I'm like, man, his voice sounds so familiar. Like, what is it? And it turns out he was my actual coach back at Driver 61 when I did it like maybe 5-6 years ago, you know, and now he's moved on because Trophy AI is part of the Driver 61 program.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, dude, you used to be my coach back in the day. And I was like, I went back and looked at my class, you know, my class notes and everything that I saved from when I did that class and everything. I was like, oh yeah, it's Daniel. Yeah, dude, this is freaking you, man. It was cool. And what I really liked about him is he never sugarcoated anything. Like, and I told him from the get-go back then, I was like, dude, if you're gonna be an a-hole, be an a-hole. I want that. Like, I actually like it when people are telling me things how they are and don't sugarcoat things. Like, don't be one of those guys like, yeah, man, you were great, but no, tell me, hey, you suck right here. And so I've been talking to him like, you need to have that, and if you need to have that in this program is like, you know, if you suck at something, your AI needs to tell you, you suck, bro. Fix it, you know. Kind of like if you ever watched Top Gear back in the day when Jackie Stewart was coaching James May how to go quicker on a lap. And he was yelling at him. It was to the point where James May was about to bust open crying. Like, that's the kind of coach that I want.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm paying for it.
Right?
Yeah. Awesome. Well, cool video. I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm actually going to use it as a little bit of a guide because I think you know more of Trophy. I've been using it, but I'm going to get some tips there.
I got to use it more because you humbled me at Laguna Seca a couple of weeks ago.
I was in good form.
You humbled me hard.
I was in good form on Laguna. Well, I took a week off. I was starting to knock the rust off. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Joa just totally inspired me. I was just like, Joa took a break, came back, got serious, and got to alien level or near alien level.
Right.
And I was just so impressed. I was like, I don't get to focus my attention enough in the right way. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And so I got really determined, and I was actually fast before too. So I was like, it was like coming back. I was like, awesome. I'm getting back into racing form, not just driving form, racing form. And now I took a week off. So I got to double up tonight and tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, man.
Beyond that, I did
ready for you.
Rally Thursday. Rally League is back on. Week 1 just concluded. We're going to go get the results at the end of the show. But I did my full rally yesterday on my birthday rally. And this is at Monte Carlo in the H2 front-wheel drive group, which are slow. And I think that worked well for me. Tarmac and slow worked out well for me. In general. Here, the moment I queue up has me making it pretty big.
You were focused. You were laser focused, man.
I didn't look at the chat once during the stream, during the racing. People think I was ignoring my co-pilot, but I was actually more in sync with him than normal by a lot. But yeah, my goal for this, I thought that was one of the coolest parts of the track, by the way. It confused me at first. But grass growing across like this, not driven every day by everyone kind of road.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, that's so realistic. You get that. Anyway, last season I got a little depressed because I really tried hard, but I ended up just kind of sucking still. And I was just like, all right, forget that. I'm not going to do that. I'm all about fun. Here comes the section I was going to talk about, this right here. This little patch of grass coming up across the ground road. I got a big smile on my face when it happened, I remember. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Wait, where was it? I thought it was right there. Anyway, it made for a really, really good rally in general. And so there it is. This season, I'm going for it. I'm crash or burn or score a point. I am going for it. No, just like, okay, let's just finish your rally. You know what? I'm going fast, and if the end result means I'm launched off a mountain and I'm out, oh well. I hope you got a good replay. So that was my rally.
You know what it is, right? You know
What?
you know why you're doing so well.
What?
I know exactly the reason. You were wearing my hair.
It's got to be the hair.
You were wearing my hair.
So Rally Thursdays are back, and we'll look at the scoreboard at the end of the show here. All right, moving on. Let's get going. We took 30 minutes to get to the news, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Rennsport, they just released the Endurance Classics Part 1 DLC. Well, yesterday, on my birthday. They did it for me. And this is some pretty cool stuff. The Endurance Classics, wait, didn't I have a video on this one?
I didn't pay attention. I've blocked this title out of my mind.
Here we go. Blocked it out of here. We got to mute the audio.
Yep.
Get in trouble. Out now on
I've
PCs and consoles.
This title does not exist in my life.
How many people are playing right now?
Actual players or with the developers?
And it's the development team, and then 5.
Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 people.
Plus
no, they went up by 5. So now they're at 12 actual players.
So all right. So anyway, the Rennsport got an update with the Endurance Classics, which that's interesting. Endurance Classics. Keep that in mind here for a second. Mm-hmm. AC Rally. And the reason I say that is the 2018 Porsche 935 is one of the craziest and most underrated modern Porsches. It's not a road legal supercar, but a meticulously crafted track only. Anyway, blah blah blah. This really super cool Porsche. It's
a nice Porsche.
It is a nice Porsche, and this is going to be part of the 0.7 update. Is that what it was? Yeah, 0.7 release of AC Evo. So that's coming. 700 horsepower, 3.8 liter twin turbo flat 6.
Noise.
Rear wheel drive.
Such a pretty Porsche.
So yeah, we got that coming soon to Assetto Corsa. Also, I will say, we're going to blow through the news. We're almost done with the whole show, by the way. The reason why is Sim Racing Expo is going on starting today, I believe. And,
it is. Yep.
And so I believe a lot of companies were waiting to make announcements at the show. And anybody who wasn't going to be at the show was waiting to counter-program all of those companies' announcements. So I think we're a little calm before the storm. And it's probably going to be a pretty exciting weekend. And obviously, I am not at Sim Racing Expo because I'm selfish, and I decided to take a personal vacation for my birthday rather than work.
Bro, birthday's way more important.
Yeah, I felt I deserved it.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, moving on. RaceRoom, just letting you know if you want to run the RaceRoom Nürburg Nürburgring 2.4 hour. Registration opens today. The race starts tomorrow. Live with Traxxon GG for the top split. And you got that going on for some fun if you want. Yeah. And they made some BOP adjustments. You can run the Audi R8 LMS, the BMW M4, M4, BMW Z4, Lamborghini Huracan, McLaren, Mercedes AMG, and the Porsche 911.
Dude, I'll say this. I say it almost every week, but if you haven't tried RaceRoom yet, dude, what is wrong with you? Give it a go. It's actually a really good sim, and I don't think it really gets the love that it deserves. Like, yes, graphics is a little behind. The menus can be a little but when you're actually driving, it's actually a really, really nice sim. The sounds are great. The actual driving is great. It feels, the FFB is really nice. You can actually have door-to-door racing unlike iRacing. Yeah, so like, and plus you can try the cars and tracks for free. So like, you don't have to
That's the
go
coolest
out
thing
and buy. Yeah, you don't have to go out and buy all the DLCs like iRacing. No, you try, and if you like it, you buy it. And then they also have some free content out there, so you can just download the game for free. Gives you already some tracks, gives you some content. So yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. Skeet said they're down to 64 people.
Oh, okay.
Just an update. And then let's see, was there anything else on a race room? It was just a 2.4, I think. Nürburgring. Yep. EA Sports, the reveal. So a new era, EA Sports F1 reveal, May 20th. That was the season 2026 season pack. Remember, they're not releasing the title this year.
Yep.
So this is the official update to 25 to take it to the 26 season. And yeah, so let's see. I think we have a little video here. Rewrite the grid. F1 25 season pack out June 3rd. So that's the date it'll be actually available. Which is only 2 weeks away. That's not very long.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey, we get more DLC, but they don't fix the server issues.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, EA. I don't even know where to start or stop. Forza Horizon 6 has released. Oh god, that didn't sound good. That sounded ominous.
Well, we can talk about what you want to talk about first.
I was going to say, how about if I go? So, Horizon Japan is now open. Play Forza Horizon 6. Last week we were already open for early access, right? Now it's out for the masses. PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, obviously. Almost left out the mainstay.
Right.
And some cool shots of the game on their thing. Some cool events that they're announcing. There was an update with thing, and over 6 million players have played as of yesterday. 6 million players on Horizon Japan, Horizon 6. And your thoughts? Now, they're the cherry blossoms and the harbors of Japan. What are your thoughts? I know you went to go play it. I know you were super excited.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the previous titles. So let me get this. So I was supposed to stream it on Tuesday. I didn't stream it because I was having some issues. So let me get the good out of the way. It is a fun driving game. It is a very fun driving game. There are so many different activities you can do in the game. You can do street racing, dirt racing, drifting. You can just go mess around in the open world map. And like, what really made it cool for me, because I spent like 4 years in Japan, and seeing some of the sites was like, man, I've been there. Like, so it was cool to see all that stuff. Like, they show the image of the wall of the snow. Like, I actually got to drive through that before, previously, so it was cool to see all that. The graphics are nice, and it actually drives really, really well once you get everything set up. And that kind of takes me to how are we in 2026?
In this year, 2026.
In this year of 2026, and we can't have games that do multi-USB support. What the F?
Inexcusable.
You're releasing this game. I get it if you're only doing this game for the Xbox. I get it if you're only doing this game for the PlayStation. But if you are going to be doing this for the PC, and especially you're going to have sim racers that are going to be playing this stuff just to have fun, they're going to be using Moza, Simicube, Fanatec, SimMagic. They're going to have shifters. They're going to have handbrakes. They're going to have, DDUs. They're going to have all sorts of stuff connected to their racing rig. And you just telling me that after what? This is the 6th edition of Forza Horizon, and people have been asking for this stuff for over a decade, and you're telling me that you can't take some time out of your whatever to add multi-USB support? So, like, here I am, like, having to go to a third-party site to make sure that I can put all my USBs into a VJoy and emulate it, and make sure I can get my FFB working, and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, why am I doing this in 2026? Why?
Yeah.
Freaking, because for people that have never, Rennsport, exactly. If Rennsport has multi-USB support, you're telling me Rennsport can do multi-USB support, but you're telling me the people at Forza, they've made how many editions of Motorsport, how many editions of Horizon, and you can't freaking add multi-USB support?
Oh, but come on, it's a very small. Take pity. They're a small developer, right?
No, they're not. It's Microsoft.
That was going to be my next point. But they, that must cost them a fortune to get like permissions and all that crap from to do all that, right? You'll usually have to pay.
Not to do multi-USB support. Like I'm sure you get like Moza, SimMagic, Fanatics, SimiCube, all of them be like, yeah, dude, here we go. Here's all our shit, because it's Forza. Freaking, it's one of the most played racing games that are out there. They're not going to sit there and like, well, no, they're like, here we go. Here's all our shit. Go crazy. So like I had to sit there and download VJoy, so I had to configure that. Then you have to download via Forza EmuWheel, and that comes with 3 other different programs that you got to be running, and you got to run them in the proper order, because if you don't run them in the proper order, then you can't get anything working in Forza. And I'm just like, why the F am I doing all this stuff just to play a game in 2026? It's absolute bull.
Yeah. Stash, I think it's going to probably be case-by-case basis. And I would assume that at some point we'll get patches and updates that are going to start fixing these things. But again, I think the point here, or the joke, is the fact that we are talking about Microsoft. We are talking about Forza franchise. And it's not like pointing a finger at, even Assetto Corsa, or,
Right.
It's like, this is truly like resources unlimited, access unlimited. Right. They are the company that makes the operating system that registers the USBs, right? Like,
right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Inexcusable.
No, and I agree. It's some mixed results to people. Like, if when I first got it working, because I'm using a SimiCube OSW, which is ancient technology now still. But like, I was able to do my SimiCube pedals. I couldn't do my SimMagic shifters. So I could get everything working, but I couldn't get FFB. Like, it was just gone. So for me to do FFB on my SimiCube, I had to do the VJoy, the Forza EmuWheel. Like, some people, and I'm super happy for you guys. Like, it worked out. But like, in this day of age, everything should just work. Like, we shouldn't have to go through third-party applications just to get our gear working. Like, sim racing is big enough at this point where, you need to include majority of the peripherals out there. And yeah, but other than that, dude, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I love that, you can go to car meets, you can do convoys with your friends, you can take pictures. Like, it's a really fun title to get out there and just drive and have a little bit of fun, like, outside of sim racing. It really is a fun title. But yeah, other than that, like, dude, it's 2026, Microsoft. Get off your high horse and be there for the people, not just to money grab from everybody.
Yeah. That's fair. All right, moving on. American Truck Simulator.
Was that rank good enough for Tom? Was that good enough for him? Is he happy now?
Tom, do you approve? They're showing off some of the South Dakota DLC for ATS. Take a closer look at this historic coming to our South Dakota. And then they also have some shots of Illinois. They show driving through Chicago. Look at this, some Chicago shots in a big rig. And yeah, so Chicago just came out, or Illinois, I should say.
Yeah.
All right. Project Motor Racing. Are you ready?
Woo. Yeah, let's do it.
So they had their update. So this is just 2 hours. Project Update 2.0.0.5 is now live following the release of Update 2.0.4. And they're going to be at Sim Gaming Expo. And where'd it go? Hold on. May 19th. Well, here's the big patch, the original patch, the actual highlights of 2.04. And then here it is. That's the one. Project Motor Racing. Join us in giving I can never say his name. Aristoteles Vasilikos, sorry, a big warm, very famous of Assetto Corsa, Kunos, dating back, one of the most important developers in all of sim racing. I believe he left that group to go do a sailboat racing sim, which I'm not sure its status. I know it was playable, but not finished. He has now joined the Straight 4 team.
Yep.
So, and now part of Project Motor Racing. I saw shots of him at Sim Racing Expo. So this is now. And this is good and bad. I mean, I look at it as a good and bad. This is great for Project Motor Racing. This is somebody with some incredible lineage of hardcore, great sims, now being a big integral part of one of the new sims on the market that we're all rooting for to get better and better.
Yep.
On the flip side, I'm just like, but couldn't you just gone and worked with AC Rally to help make that even better? And that's just my selfish side, really. But this could be great for Project Motor Racing for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we gave PMR a lot of crapola. Just knowing the history of, the top dog behind it. But, dude, I'll admit, I mean, now hiring him and them, admitting the mistakes they've made, all the stuff, talking about how they're going to be working on this title, it shows like they're actually making a serious effort to correct the wrongs with PMR and actually try to push it forward even further. Then, I mean, it's not like they set the bar very high from the release, but they're actually showing like they have intent. They tend to make this title much better than what it was, a couple months ago.
Sure. Well, and I personally am looking forward to this one. So now they're making the announcement of the GT Icons pack.
Ooh,
so
look at that wang.
Yeah, similar to what we saw from Rennsport.
Yeah.
But, these are the packs that I always enjoy because they have the cars that I just thought were the most fun in the world. So, some Cobras and Shelbys and some Corvettes. And this should be very, very fun. So 60s and 70s GT Cool Cats and sports car legends, 70s endurance heavies, park bench wings, big flares, big noise, and big trouble. Get into the groove June 23rd.
Yeah.
So that could be very cool. Robert, where in the world in ATS? Are you driving through Illinois? Where are you driving right now? You're playing ATS as you listen. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, Fanatic Forza Horizon 6 is finally here. We want to give you the ideal wheel settings for our Fanatic wheelbases. Hey, proactive and awesome. Great job, Fanatic, getting ahead of that.
Yeah.
I think this is something I think if you're a hardware company and you make hardware for sim racing, I think that this should be the normal. I want to see this. Like, I don't care if you make dashes, I don't care if but if there's something that needs to be adjusted because a new title just came out, I want to applaud Fanatic on being very quick to come out with their suggested settings, which is just so helpful because sometimes settings alone can be the difference between enjoying and loathing a title and being like, this is undrivable, and it's like, well, you know what, you had your full force at 0, it needs to be at 100. You're never it's never gonna feel right like that. So good for Fanatic.
Yeah, nice.
New news. It's kind of, I don't know if it's really, this is like the least kept secret in sim racing right now. Sim Magic introducing the Zeus series, Sim Magic's most powerful wheels ever. Customize, control, conquer. Built for racers who refuse to compromise. The Zeus formula built for open wheel precision and performance driving. Zeus GT, designed for GT and endurance racing. And we have some shots and some pricing here. So, yes. The Zeus Sport 469, Zeus Formula, Zeus GT. And
I mean, don't you have something else you want to bring up about this? You know, just to keep people happy?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Don't you have something
like this
on your rig? Yeah.
Oh no, it's right here in my hand, by the way.
Oh, there you go. I gotta wait for this. I gotta wait for the stream to catch up.
I have the Zeus GT right here. And they're gonna have some modular. That's the thing about this whole family. Let's call it, or line, the Zeus series line. A lot of modular ability with it. So, do you want paddles? Do you want dual paddles? Do you want triple paddles? Do you want rocker paddles? We're gonna have all sorts of those kind of options. It's all made with high-end premium. This is not their budget line. So, nice stuff, even though I do feel some plastic here. But I think in the modern era, I feel plastic in a lot of, expensive cars nowadays.
As long as it's not in the high-stress areas, it doesn't matter.
Karaoke Blokey! Yo! I'm going to let that one finish before I do mine. Hold on. There we go.
Whoa,
Karaoke Blokey, thank you.
Nice.
Keeping the wheels turning. Have you been taking rally lessons? Shaun, you gave me a whooping in Monte Carlo. Your nemesis awaits you in Greece. I had a phenomenal run. That's all it was. The slow cars and the tarmac suited me as the best rally conditions. I even acknowledged that if I had driven that hard in anything slippery, dirt, snow, whatever, I would have been off the mountain 1,000 times. So I'm going to show you something really cool about this wheel, though, because there were delays in getting the software ready for it. So you're not going to see any reviews, and if you see any reviews of this wheel today, they are full of it. Is my because yeah. Anyway, but I was tripping out because watch this. You ready? You ready for this, everybody?
Ooh.
Hold on. Wait, how does it happen? Hold on. Hold on. I can't do this upside down, apparently. There we go.
You killed excitement, Shaun.
What? that cover just comes off.
What?
And then blammo. The dash just slips right in. So with dash, without dash, I'm even speculating like buying without and then having one dash that could go between 3 different wheels if you're that kind of driver. Super duper cool concept. I'm just waiting on software and I'm going to be double timing it to get a review on that. But I'm depending on their software being perfect so that I can just progress and move forward and get it out quick. Because if there's anything that goes weird or wrong or needs figuring out or whatever, because it's brand spanking new, it's just going to create some delays. So I am working on that behind the scenes. So anyway, very cool, really cool. When new wheels come out, and I'm like, what can you reinvent? I mean,
right.
There are just so many brands. There's so many options. And yes, there's, GT, Formula, Open. We have different disciplines. But there are so many varieties within each of those disciplines that, like, what can you put out now that hasn't been done? What can you put out that is unique and deserves attention? And building a really good, solid, well-thought-out modular design, to me, is actually pretty cool, and could be a reason to jump on board for a lot of people. So the Zeus Formula, or Zeus GT, or Zeus, what was the third one? The Zeus Sport. The Zeus Sport. Oh, music, we gotta turn that off. Reminder, Sim Racing Expo is going on, and Husingveld is there. And here's the display dash with the update. So what they've been doing, they took it to Sim Gaming Expo, got a bunch of feedback from, sim racers across the board, went back to the shop, made some changes, made some adjustments. Now they're showing it off at Sim Racing Expo, and it's not ready for prime time still. I think they're still getting another round of input before they make the final call on what this is going to be. So good for them on the way they're doing it, and a good way to remind us that Sim Racing Expo. So if you're near Charlotte, I know the NASCAR race is going on there at the same time. The NASCAR Hall of Fame is down there as well. So, I mean, if you're looking for stuff to do down there, it's all going on.
Yeah. I'm getting one. I'm getting one of those. I'm getting one of those DDUs, man, or dashes.
Oh yeah, I love. It's one of my.
I like it.
It's one of the coolest. It's one of the coolest I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna have it as my button box on my, onto my to my right. I'm gonna have it somewhere else on the rig. But I'm keeping it tight-lipped because that's one of the things I've been doing behind the scenes too. Is like, because I showed you like a long time ago, like here's my sim rig concept. Dude, I threw it out the window and I'm like going through a complete redesign. But I have been doing a lot of different things. I've learned by watching other people, like watching. Because I made it, I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. And then, like, I watch stuff from, Stellian Race Beyond Matter. I'll watch, Daniel Killian, or I'll watch Jay Bell. And I'll see what they're doing. And I'll see some other guys out there, like EW Sim Racing, see what they're doing. And I'm like, ooh, I can do all that stuff. Then I finally look at my design, and I'm like...
I can do this, I can do that.
I can do better. So, yeah. I think here I'll just show somebody. I made a test print.
All right.
And if anybody can guess where this is from, can anybody get? Where is this from?
Hold on.
Which part of a car and which car?
Hold on. Keep that there. I want to make you larger. Looks like a mirror.
It's not a mirror.
No, like a mirror housing or something.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. If anybody can guess.
Let's see. Well, yeah, that worked. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, secrets. Amir's got secrets and a big MiG for never rig plan.
Exactly.
All right. Hey, Hitchy, good morning to you. I just saw your comment there. $6.99 better than you thought it would be. Project Mayhem Racing, good morning to you. Seems like a reasonable price if it's good. Yeah, and I can tell you, is this real leather? Been away, so I haven't really. This might be real leather. Feels really nice. If it's not real leather, it's some of the nicest pleather I've ever touched. NRG style quick release. It's got a good heft, like enough that it's solid but not heavy, like that you're like, oh, well, that's going to reduce my force feedback. Cool look. I kind of like this red. I don't know what you call this, like, pattern they did. Yeah, it's a nice wheel. I'm pretty impressed. Encoders. It doesn't have the turny ones, with the those type, but that's on the other rim that's available. So, who else? Andrus listens. Good morning to you. Andrus said drove the same car. We both drove the VW GTI. No, it's not slow. It's slow compared to what we ran last season, because we were in the full blown WRC cars that are so fast that I can't keep up with the game. That's kind of I'm not trying to throw shame. I actually raved about the VW during the stream, if I'm not mistaken, because it sounded so cool. Great sounding car, the GTI. Stephen Dager, good morning to you. Just want to say good morning. You have a P1 sim. You bought it off a friend.
Robert had a question. I don't know. You kind of missed it.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
So, yeah, he's only been playing for a couple months. He bought his first wheel, the Moza R5, and now he needs advice on his first cockpit. And he's looking at the Next Level Racing Elite 160. You know, what are your thoughts, and do you think it will make a good truck sim cockpit too?
Yes, I like the Elite 160 for that specifically. It's a little bit lighter than some of the other profile chassis. I believe that's the one that's the slightly smaller thickness on the main base, which is good because they're so heavy. So just being able to move it around, it also makes it a little more affordable than some of the other similar chassis. Really happy. I've been very happy. I'm running the the FGT Elite 160 here.
I'm about to say you're running it.
Yeah, and no, it's not it's still the giant profile. Really good rigs. No, I've been real happy with pretty much all of the Next Level rigs that I've tested. They make good stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about Kyle, Jesse. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Double Dragon. All right, let's talk about some Simpit results, and then I got to get back to work, I guess. So, were you guys were at Suzuka, yeah?
We were,
All right. So it looks like Joa Antonio wins again.
He's just dominating this year, man. Dominating.
And Ken Nickel finished in second. Amir up to third on the podium. Ola Sonnenquist in fourth. Jason Potter in fifth. Michael Tuck, Andrew Slissons, James Dowling, Gabriel Tornetta, and Joseph Spacek. I will be there this Sunday for sure. It was kind of rough missing a week for me. And looking at our point standings, Joa dominating season, 235 points. Andrus Slissons, Ola Sonnenquist, and Michael Tuck are all tied for second place with 177.
Right.
Jason Potter in fifth place with 150. And I'll read out the top 10 just to give people some time. Amir Assad, Ken Nickel, Joshua Higgy, Chris Generelli round out our top 10.
I know. Me and James are tied for points too.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Tight racing. Other than Joa running away.
Right.
And the Simpit Rally League just started. Last week was the end of stage 1, round 1. And that was at Rally Monte Carlo. And I'm going to scroll down and get the results. All right, here we go. PC Deadman did win the event with an overall racing time of 44 minutes and 8 seconds. Caractacus was only 18 seconds back after 44 minutes of racing. Caractacus coming in second. GT99 LV in third. Radic Harry in fourth. Max Power in fifth. David S. Heiko. Dirge. That's Christian. I'm in ninth place. I scored a point.
Woo! Look at you, Shaun.
Actually, I think I scored 2 points.
Now you can retire from the series.
Yeah, I'm done. Mic drop.
You got your points. You're done.
Yeah, I'm pulling a Costanza. I'm out of here.
That was your only goal in the Rally League, is just to score points.
I got one. Sporco Mick coming in 10th. May Racer, Mr. Blonde, Malin63, Ufa Bombella, Karaoke Blokey, F4H Red Pod, Double Dragon, Betty Racing, and Adrian Garcia Ray. I would like to see, that's a great turnout. 19 drivers.
Yeah.
Doing great for our Simpit Rally League. So with that, our points are basically round 1 points, and I did score 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Monte Carlo. I think last season I said I hated Monte Carlo.
You did.
I apparently like Monte Carlo.
You know the only way you could have done better in that rally, is if you were driving a Miata. That is the only way I think you could have done better in that rally.
Then I would have gotten 4 points, and I would have beat out Christian. Christian, did you get your cookies? Were they good? No more cookies, everyone. That was the last cookies ever. Just letting you know. I had to pay a lot of money to ship cookies. Postage has gone up. I used to send things out all the time because it was no big deal. Stickers, trophies, right? And then shipping went through the roof. And now it's like Christian lives an 8-hour drive from me. And it costs a lot to ship them down there. Anyway, I'm not gonna.
I didn't even get cookies, guys. I was promised cookies. I didn't even get cookies.
You were promised cookies?
I did.
I'll bring them to you at Sim Expo.
Okay.
I'll bring.
I
you
have to
cookies.
wait like 4 more months.
I can't pay
5
shipping,
more months.
man. I can't pay shipping.
Dude, I believe you. I bought a bunch of car parts, and I had to pay $450 in shipping.
Yeah, it's brutal. They're delish. Yeah. Awesome. All right, that is the Shaun Cole adjusted tool house recipe.
Yeah.
Tool house. It's not their recipe exact, but that's where it all started, and it's been just adjusted for. I like more flour in my cookies than most companies would make. Yeah, I don't like them I don't like them over the top sweet.
Right.
That would be awesome, Christian. That would be awesome. I would thoroughly enjoy it. And not everyone in the world I would accept it from, except for my friends here in the Simpit. So, I appreciate it. Anyway, Simpit Rally, we'll be at the the Greek Rally, the Eco Acropolis Rally, Greece.
And I already promised Callum I'll be in it.
I can, but I have not perfected it. So I have 2 different peanut butter cookie recipes that I've I haven't perfected it. And it, again, with my chocolate chip cookies, it just took me a while to get certain things. And it's I actually like a combination of baking powder and baking soda, not one or the other. I like, as I mentioned, more flour than others do. I am really meticulous about how much it's mixed, and I recently adjusted to using a mixer instead of doing it by hand, and I actually had to adjust the recipe and the way I did it in order to maintain the way I think it. Everybody who got cookies from me, I'm sorry, it was only 3 people who got it, and I'm talking to a very small group here, but you got a representation of what I call my cookie. That is my cookie. That is exactly how I think a chocolate chip cookie should be. So, I love peanut butter cookies, but I didn't want to go on a rabbit hole. Here we go. When I was 12 years old, there's this place called Piggy's Market in Santa Cruz, or in Aptos to be more specific. And it was a cool little liquor store market that was right by the junior high that I went to. And they had these cookies that were made by somebody because they were wrapped in cellophane with just a sticker, not like a shrink wrap or anything, And they were this perfect combination of crispy without being just crunch, it was crispy but yet a little moist still. And you just got this immense explosion of peanut butter flavor, and it was kind of dry, but they did this yin and yang recipe that was so awesome. And I've never been able to find anything like it, and that's what I need. So no, I do make peanut butter, but I still don't, I'm not proud of them yet. So, all right, any other thoughts? Anything else?
No, I think you're working on your Sim Magic stuff. I will, this weekend I'll be editing. So yeah, before we get into last week we sat down with George from the Sim Gaming Expo. We had an interview with him. So I'm in the middle of editing that video. We'll have that out next week. And yeah, so I think just to promote it again, man, if you are in the US or just in North America in general, you need to make it out to the Sim Gaming Expo that's going to happen in Schaumburg in September. We're gonna have sim racing. We're gonna have flight sims. We're gonna have farm sims. We're gonna have almost space sims. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. Shaun and I will be there. Last year was a great event.
It was so much fun.
This year's gonna be even better now that they have the Mario Andretti race go-kart place right across the street, right across the walkway, the sidewalk. We had a blast last year. I can't wait for this year, man. So we sat down, asked him how was last year and what is the plans for this year. So it was really good to sit down and talk to him again. Super nice guy, one of the most amazing people you'll meet in your life, and it was cool to sit down, and I'll have that out next week.
Awesome. Okay, Tim. Yeah, I definitely can eat peanut butter cookies. I love peanut butter cookies. So yes. Yeah. If it's a sim, it has the potential of being there. That's the main point. Yeah. Truth be told, so I am working on the Sim Magic wheel. I am working on this absolutely beautiful Track Racer TRX rig, the Blue Beast. I am really liking this rig quite a bit. I am working on a Sim Ryoto 3-pedal set review. I hope this weren't on the camera. Jeez, were those on the camera? I can't tell. I can't see. I have a mystery thing here. I shouldn't even say what it is. I have a mystery pedal set. I didn't say that. I didn't. Don't tell anybody, buddy. I have a mystery.
I know what it is.
I have a mystery pedal set.
I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Are you?
I am. No, I won't.
All right.
I'll keep it a secret.
It won't be long.
So yeah, since you're gonna give me cookies in like 4 months, I'll keep it.
I actually am working on 2 different pedal set reviews right now. That's what's very, and they're actually similar design, so it's kind of a cool comparison as well. I'm not gonna compare them because there are too many to like compare in that respect, right? Like, how'd you single these out to make your comparison? But it's cool seeing 2 different takes on same design. The plan to kill me with peanut. Nope, I have no peanut allergies. I'm only allergic to penicillin of all things. That's my only allergy. So don't swap my penicillin. My oxycillin for penicillin. Anyway, that is gonna do it then. Amir, last thoughts from you?
No, everybody go out there, have fun, enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you Sunday.
Keep it sort of simple. Sunday, yeah, for the race. We'll be there for the race.
I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I got so many messages from everybody out there, a lot of you, and I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot. It makes me feel great just knowing that many people care that I was having a great day, and I sure was. We will be here Sunday for the road racing series. We will be back Rally Thursday, and we will be back for the pit stop next Friday. And you heard the content we're both working on. So lots going on at Simpit. It is the calm before the storm. Get out there, do some sim racing, have yourselves a great weekend, and thank you for hanging out and talking sim racing with us this morning. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole. That's Amir Assad, and we will see you on the track. Bye-bye, everybody. You gonna say goodbye?
Oh, later, everybody. You usually just cut out. Bye.